Hello children, welcome to today's chemistry class. In the last class we have discussed about the pH of the solution. pH is the measurement of H plus ion concentration present in a solution. And this pH is inversely proportional to the H plus ion concentration. That means as the pH value is lower, the H plus ion concentration will be higher. That means the acidic character will be higher. That will be more strong acid. The pH value increases, the H plus ion concentration decreases and the solution becomes less acidic. Okay, so if the pH value is lowest, the H plus ion concentration will be higher and that will be more acidic, and if the pH value is higher, the H plus ion concentration will be lower and that will be more basic solution. Okay. So these things we have discussed in the last class. Today we can discuss about the importance of pH in our daily life. Now we can discuss about the role of pH in everyday life. Using pH paper or pH meter, we are measuring the pH value from 0 to 14. And if the pH value is below 7, that is said to be acidic. And as the pH value decreases from 7 to 0, the acidic character increases. And as the pH value lies in between 7 and 14, that solution is said to be, or that substance is said to be basic. And as the pH value increases from 7 to 14, the basic character increases. If the pH value is equal to 7, that is considered as a neutral substance. And for the living things, for the better survival of the living things, the pH should be neutral. The pH value of the surrounding should be neutral. That means 7 to 7.8. In that pH range only the living things can survive. Most of the reactions inside our body taking place in a pH range of 7 to 7.8. Most of the fluids inside our body like blood, saliva, tears, etc., they are having the pH 7.4. So these living things, they can survive only in a pH range 7 to 7.8. If the pH falls below 7 and if the pH rises above 7.8, their survival becomes difficult. In the case of plants, they cannot survive in a soil if the pH is less than 7 or greater than 7.8. So the pH of the soil should be in between 7 to 7.8. Then only the plants can survive. And if the soil's pH is less than 7, that soil is considered to be acidic soil. So to make it neutral, what can we do? We have to add some basic substances. If the pH of the soil is less than 7, that soil is acidic soil. So to make it neutral, we have to add some basic substances. Normally we are adding quicklime or limestone. These are basic in nature, so they will neutralize the acidic content of the soil and as a result the soil become neutral. Okay. So in the narrow range of pH, that is 7 to 7.8, that in that pH range only the plants can survive. Animals also can survive only in this narrow pH range. In the case of aquatic animals also, the pH of that water should be in between 7 and 7.8. Then only that aquatic life, either plants or animals, they can survive in that water. But during acid rain and all, what will happen? The pH of the rainwater becomes less than 5.6. And that acid rain is flowing into the rivers, and as a result the water of that river also become acidic. The pH lowers below 5.6 and as a result the survival of the aquatic life becomes difficult. Next we can study about the importance of pH in our digestive system. We know that our stomach is producing hydrochloric acid for helping digestion. But if we are not taking food at proper time, or if we are taking too much food, our stomach will produce excess HCl. This will lower the pH of our stomach. That means the pH of stomach becomes less than 5.5. And if the pH becomes less than 5.5, we are feeling some irritation in the stomach. And that condition is known as acidity. So this acidity arises due to the overproduction of HCl in our stomach. The pH decreases and as a result the acidic content of our stomach increases. So to get rid of that irritation, what we have to do? We have to neutralize that acid. Isn't it? We have to neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach. To neutralize the acid, we have to take any basic substances. For that, normally we can take baking soda. That is always available in our kitchen, isn't it? So we can take a pinch of baking soda. Baking soda is basic in nature, so it will neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach. Thus, we can get rid of that irritation. Like that, instead of baking soda, we can take any medicines. So many medicines are available nowadays. And these medicines, which are basic in nature, they will neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach. And as a result, we can get rid of this pain. And such medicines we are using to neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach. They are known as antacids. So antacids are the medicines we are using to cure acidity. And how these antacids are able to cure acidity? Stomach acidity is caused by the overproduction of HCl in the stomach. So these antacids, which are basic in nature, they will neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach. As a result, we can get rid of that pain. The most commonly used antacid is magnesium hydroxide, which is commonly known as milk of magnesia. The main component present in all types of antacids available nowadays is this magnesium hydroxide, which is also known as milk of magnesia. Have you suffered tooth decay? Do you know what is the reason of that? This tooth decay starts when the pH of our mouth becomes less than 5.5. How the pH of mouth becomes less than 5.5? Tooth enamel. That is the hardest substance in our body, and it is made with calcium phosphate. That calcium phosphate is a basic substance. It is not reacting with water, or it is not dissolving in water. But it starts decay, or it starts damaging when the pH of the mouth becomes less than 5.5. It starts decaying when pH of the mouth becomes less than 5.5. And how does pH become less than 5.5? We know that normally after taking food we will wash our mouth, isn't it? But if we are not washing our mouth properly after taking food, what will happen? Some food particle will remain inside the teeth. And already there are some bacteria present inside our mouth for helping digestion and all. These bacteria will react with these food particles and producing some organic acids. Due to the presence of this acid, the pH of the mouth becomes less than 5.5. And as a result, the tooth decay starts. How can we prevent this tooth decay? The best method is to wash our mouth properly after taking food. Then what is another method? The tooth decay starts when acids are present inside our mouth and the pH becomes lower than 5.5, isn't it? So, to neutralize that acid, we have to take some basic toothpaste. We have to brush the teeth with the basic toothpaste. The basic content of the toothpaste will neutralize the excess acid produced in the mouth. And as a result, we can prevent tooth decay. And what do we feel when ant bite us? We are feeling some irritation, isn't it? Do you know why? It is because ant is injecting an acid into our body. That is why we are feeling an irritation. We are feeling a pain. So to get rid of that pain, what we have to do? Irritation is caused by the presence of an acid. So we have to neutralize that acid. Then only that irritation will be overcome. So to neutralize that acid, we can rub that area with a basic substance. As a result, the acid will be neutralized. So normally we can use a baking soda, which is a mild base or a weak base. We can rub the affected area with that baking soda. So we can get rid of that pain. Like that, we can use soap solution. Soap is also basic in nature, so it will neutralize the acid. Or calamine lotion, which is also basic in nature. That also we can use to neutralize the acid injected by the ant. Okay. Like that, there is one plant that is nettle. Its leaves also injecting methanoic acid or formic acid into our body, and as a result we are feeling some irritation. So to get rid of that pain also, we can use some basic substances like baking soda, soap solution or calamine lotion, etc. Okay. Up to this much we have discussed about acids and bases. Well, the definition of acids and bases, their physical and chemical properties, all those things we have discussed. Now we have to discuss about salt. What are salts? Salts are the substances produced when an acid is reacting with a base. Salts are the product of the reaction between an acid and a base. These salts, they contain two parts, one positive part and one negative part. Or we can tell that the salts consist of a positive ion and a negative ion. The positive ion it is obtaining from the base and the negative ion it is obtaining from the acid. For example, NaCl. NaCl is a salt. It contains a positive ion and a negative ion. Which is the positive ion present in NaCl? Na. Na plus is the positive ion and Cl minus is the negative ion. And this Na plus is coming from a base and the Cl minus it is getting from an acid. So the positive ion is getting from a base and the negative ion is getting from an acid. Okay. So the salts are formed by the reaction of an acid with a base. And depending upon the acid from which these salts are formed or depending upon the bases from which these salts are formed, we can classify these salts into different families.
These are the main families of salt: chloride family, sulfate family, nitrate family. Now we can study what is this chloride, nitrate and sulfate families. Chloride family. The salts which contains chloride as anion are said to belong to chloride family. For example, NaCl, CaCl2, MgCl2, AlCl3, etc. All these salts contains chloride as the anion, so they belong into chloride family. And all these salts which belong to chloride family are obtained from hydrochloric acid. Next family of salt is sulfate family. The salts which contain sulfate as anion can be called as sulfate family salts. For example, Na2SO4, MgSO4, K2SO4, CaSO4, etc. All these salts contains SO4 as the anion, so they belong to sulfate family, and these salts are obtaining from sulfuric acid. Now, the next family of salts are nitrate family. The salts which contain nitrate as anion are said to belong nitrate family. Examples: NaNO3, KNO3, MgNO3 twice and CaNO3 twice, etc. All these salts contain nitrate as the anion and they are obtained from nitric acid, so they are said to belong nitrate family. Another examples are carbonate family, which contains carbonate as the anion, then phosphate family, which contain phosphate as anions, etc. Now, the positive part of the salts are obtained from the bases, and depending upon the bases from which these salts are formed, they are divided into potassium family, sodium family, calcium family, magnesium family, like that. These are the important families of salts. I think it is clear for all of you.
In this video, we have discussed about the importance of pH in our daily life. What is the importance of pH in different fields of life? And then we have discussed about the salts. I think it is clear for all of you. Okay.